Mayor Robertson and Council for giving me the opportunity to speak today. As introduced, I'm the chair of ThinkCity. ThinkCity is a strong interest in the public consultation process conducted by the city for the annual operating budget. As you may know, for the past 4 years, ThinkCity has initiated a citizen budget consultation at the same time as the city conducts its own consultation process. The purpose behind the citizen budget is to gauge public opinion on important budgeting issues, as well as to push for more effective citizen engagement. So tonight, first I will discuss the issue of citizen engagement in your own budgeting process. Then I'll give a brief overview of the results of our survey, followed by our 2010 budget recommendations to this council. And for those of you watching at home or online, a detailed summary of our results are posted at ThinkCity's website at thinkcity.ca. So we conducted our survey from November 6th to December 1st, involving 2,158 people. All surveys were gathered online from our website. Based on the demographic answers that were provided by participants, those surveyed were more likely to be older, better educated homeowners with higher than average household incomes when compared to the general Vancouver public. The main questions on our survey involved budgeting priorities and policies, tax increases and shifts, as well as alternatives for closing the $28.1 million budget gap that City Manager Penny Ballum so correctly predicted would affect and impact everybody back in early October before the city's official public consultation process got underway. Now let's address the questions of citizen participation in your budget consultation process. In summary, the city's public consultation was rushed, poorly promoted, and not very accessible or engaging for most citizens. Most of these points are borne out in the answers we received to our survey. When we asked respondents how informed they were about the city consultation opportunities, 66% did not know about this hearing and the other one from last week. 62% did not know about the budget section on the city's website, and 59% did not know about the October-November community meetings. The effect of this lack of awareness was reflected in our next set of answers. When we asked why people did not participate in the opportunities offered by the city, the answer receiving the highest number of responses, 46%, was respondents did not know that there were opportunities. Only 4% of those surveyed said they were not sufficiently interested in the operating budget. This suggests to us that the low participation rate in the city's consultation process was not due to a lack of interest, but rather an inadequate public engagement process. Also, when we asked what level of budget participation citizens felt was appropriate, nearly 2/3 of the respondents said they want a higher level of citizen involvement than currently offered by the city. Based on our results, it is clear the city needs to substantially improve how it engages and informs the public about the budget and the opportunities to impact the decisions made by council. And let me just add, I want to thank Mayor Robertson and Councillor Louie for inviting our organization at the November 2nd Mayor's Forum to provide advice to council on ways it can improve the 2011 budget consultation process. We look forward to working with the Mayor and all 10 councillors to bring more citizens into the dialogue so that the 2011 budget can better reflect the priorities of all Vancouverans. Now, I'll now address the citizen budget results related to public priorities. This year as in past, we found the majority of respondents want to maintain or even increase funding for libraries, parks, recreation, fire and rescue, utilities, and civic grants. As in the last budget survey we conducted, the public is willing to see more cuts to administration services, signaling that the city needs to exercise some belt tightening in response to the tougher economic times we all find ourselves in. When it comes to property taxes, the majority of respondents were in favor of a 3 to 5% tax increase, suggesting some modest service cuts were acceptable to them. However, when it comes to tax fairness, support for the tax break for commercial property owners is down dramatically from last spring's 2009 budget consultation. More than 80% of those surveyed disagreed with the Division NPA policy that puts a greater burden on homeowners while giving some corporations a tax holiday. This is not to imply ThinkCity supporters don't care about small businesses. In fact, 75% of those surveyed say they want council to explore alternatives that would better benefit small businesses without giving the same tax breaks to larger corporations like the big banks, for example. To conclude, ThinkCity is making 2 key recommendations to City Council this evening. First, we'd ask that you defer the commercial property tax break while the economy is in recession. Doubling homeowners' tax increase to 4% to subsidize a 0% increase for commercial property owners is not supportable in these times. In fact, the tax break is undermining this council's ability to pay for the very services that the majority of residents and businesses say they want protected according to not only our survey, but according to your survey and your scientific poll. Secondly, raise property taxes across the board for both homeowners and commercial property owners by 3 to 5% so that everyone pays their fair share of taxes. If council adopts these two measures, there'll be little need to cut most of the value of public services that many delegates here tonight and last Wednesday are so passionate about saving. Budgets are about choices, and the need to cut over $20 million from libraries, parks, community centers, fire and rescue, the Blodell, the Stanley Park Farm, and other cherished services is a false choice.
Thanks.
One last plea. You've heard our position on the tax break for businesses. I would ask you to make an exception for Bob Laurie, who's here tonight from the Vancouver Fair Tax Coalition. Please allow him to speak next so that the public, gallery, and the media can hear the other side's position on the business tax shift. He's well down on the speaker's list, and he asked me the other day if I could make this appeal to him.
Too often. Mr. Hudson, you have a question from Councillor Jang.
Thank you very much for coming, Mr.